So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. And right away, he lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Houston in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Newton. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20 because you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 20.
Shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
20.
He's going to look deep now for Landry. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Newton. Going back to Landry. This time he's got him complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. They'll go screen here to Hunt, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Throwing is Newton. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Denver has the 1st down. The play going for 15 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Newton on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. And a
battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Get set. Hey, 734. 808. You're mine.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. This is complete to Watkins on a slant. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now Carr throwing on second down, rolling to his right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now second down. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Carr to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Go Chief!
Carr will try it again on second down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He is going to find Hill here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Team of the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
Hey, 734.
From the gun, it's Carr. And it's 8-0. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Come on now. 20. Gun.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Newton now to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Rashad Perriman, 44 yards. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try. Newton. And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but hey, they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match? Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
This is taken to the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
7:34. Purdue. 6:18.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Get set. 185. Express. 808. 7:34. Purdue. Low, low, low. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They do go for it. It's Carr. Dancing to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Partner, that is a quarterback no-no right there. He's flushed out to his left, so he's trying to orient his body into a position to make this throw. But by then he shrunk the field, and he winds up throwing the interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Do something.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Rashad Perriman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are in for 6. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try.
Gun. Get hot.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
From midfield, here's Carr being chased out left. And this is incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
And there was absolutely 0 pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Hey, 734.
Carr going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script. From 4th down to 1st. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Now, Carr again. And his throw here's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, the only way to put it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. His pass caught at the 4. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for his tight end, Kelce. From the end zone, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Flexing his muscle at the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Do something. 20.
On 1st down, Newton. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
20.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 1st down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the gun, here's Newton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues.
7:34. Go Chiefs.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
6:37. 6:94.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
Hey, 7:34. It's a hut. But 5-man box.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Steps away to his left. And going deep for Hill. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know...
It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Hey, get right down.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They snap it to Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, Carr swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking deep downfield. This is caught. A big play there for KC, and even 50 yards.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
694. Go Chiefs.
Carr to throw again. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. After the run, Newton going to throw. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Ready? Katie. 26 right. Next man. Hey.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Newton. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. From the gun, Newton escaping the pressure right. And the Denver Broncos are in for 6.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the two-point try.
Gun.
Operating from the gun. Newton eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here comes Kansas City. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
24.
Carr now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by James Bradbury. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he...
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 41 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Here's Newton. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Down. 280. Low. 694. 280. Touch.
They do go for it. It's Carr on the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 87 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
Butker now to kick this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
Here we go.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that one results in 35 yards.
Come on now.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
We're back now in KC. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
20.
From the gun, Newton. He can run for it, and he will. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down. Gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. 1st down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Operating from the gun, Newton dancing to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This is Hunt. And some space here. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete.
Go Chief.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
On 3rd down, Carr over the middle, complete. It's Meyer, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
Get down, get down. 180. Hey, 734. Hey, 734.
Again, it's Carr. Rolling to his left. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
734. Go Chief.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
29.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Express.
Shotgun now for Carr. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now Carr, gotta have this one. Flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Buying time to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 89 yards. And the Chiefs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. He's back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the football. They're looking good, but the lead is just 2. So any mistake in a field goal can beat you. They got to be careful.
And that's where it gets difficult because you don't want that to leak into your thinking. You want to play like, hey, we've got the advantage. We can close this out. Don't play from fear, and they can win this game.
See if they can play fear-free and hang on. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Abdullah. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Hey.
On 3rd down, that's Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet and able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. There's the flash of Abdullah. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
Well, there's the danger of selling out on 4th and short. So many guys flood the line of scrimmage that you're left very thin on the 2nd and 3rd levels. And they took big advantage of it there. Not just picking up a 1st down, but ripping off a huge gain on top of it.
Newton's going to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. D. Ford in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now it's Newton. Forced out to his left. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Newton. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They run. Abdullah. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
The big day has finally arrived. It's the coach who will wear the crown as a Super Bowl champion of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
It's not an ideal situation when you're always looking at your quarterback to bail your team out. But Matthew Stafford and his offense, they've been up to the situation. 12 comeback victories in the last 2 years combined, more than anyone else in the NFL. So if Matthew Stafford's taking the snaps, your team always has a chance.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
23 yards on the play.
A nice catch there by Jerry Rice, and when you look at the yardage he compiled in his NFL career, it seems staggering at 22,985 yards. But let's put a little context with it.
Yeah, we ran the numbers earlier. Larry Fitzgerald, who was contemplating retirement this past offseason, would need 7 more 1,000-yard seasons to break Jerry Rice's record.
That's context. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant, a lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Second and short. Is it a no-brainer to think I give it to my fullback and I pick it up?
You would think a no-brainer, but that time able to hit him for a loss.
Yeah, definitely was not a gimme, was it?
Touchdown, Titans. 41 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The dangerous Hill now to return. Oh, eluding the tackle. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He finds an opening past the 40. And now look at him go. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Terrell Davis, 72 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and run it with Davis. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Now McManus on to kick this one off. So a very short kicker. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tap.
Under pressure sacking on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. John Randall in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Stafford. Throw left side, completion to Rice. Pushing his way through. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a carry here for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tavon Austin, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to strike for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for the Broncos score. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. Now this time Wentz will throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing is Stafford. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. On first down, it's Stafford. This is Gordon on the dump-off. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry-up. To throw on second down is Stafford. Going underneath for Gordon. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To the air again. Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Got some room at the 30. And cuts out right sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Terrell Davis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. McManus's point after is good.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The final shot before the break. Stafford. His throw incomplete. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in this. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Denver. 65 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come in.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 26 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Now he's forced out left. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Brian Dawkins in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because of...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. This will be fielded at the 17. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Oh, good move by T.Y. Hilton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. T.Y. Hilton, an even 90 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. Welcome back now to Denver, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off. It's a very short kick taken by another man. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Hunter Henry brings it in. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jordan Reed, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. So he's hit Pater twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the 2nd half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
81, 81.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
81, 81.
Throwing is Wentz. Escaping, and the pressure gets to him again. Now another timeout here called by the Titans, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And Reed with it over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Stafford on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tavon Austin. He scored on the ground. Through the air. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. There wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A 1st down carry for Davis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play.
Let's go, let's go.
On 2nd down, Davis. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing, just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battle.
It's the second round of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. It's the coach in Orlando as we get you set for the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They will be led out by their starting quarterback since his arrival back in 2011. It's Cam Newton.
One of the great physical specimens that's ever played the quarterback position in the NFL is not just the numbers that he generates, it's the threat of what he can do. You have to play him not just for the pass, but for the run. And getting him on the ground in either situation, a very difficult task for any defense.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller, coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Let's go. Black.
Wentz now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And going deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tyreek Hill, 66 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment for the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And the Panthers coming out now and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz being chased out left. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Touchdown, Carolina! A big play there, 64 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So they hit pay dirt on just 1 play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And an alley to run. Whoosh. Oh, another great move. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to Denver right after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Now that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him because otherwise...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Ricky Williams punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On second down, here's Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Brad Wing now, as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. Look at the dance and the juke. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take it. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
This one down to about the 27. Allen Bailey in on the stop. Pretty move. And with a clock reading 0 goes. He is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. But my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
Okay.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Got some real estate inside the 30. They're all the way home for a Broncos score. Terrell Davis, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Broncos will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A good pickup there, a 22.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On second down, Williams fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The Panthers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Newton. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Newton. But he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Well, normally on a third down play, I'm not a huge proponent of play action. But when you run it as effectively as we've seen them do in this game, yeah, it sets it up pretty well.
Yeah, particularly on this drive, they've been great running the ball. Good setup. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Again, it's Williams. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Randy Moss from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And that will shave one more off this lead. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
There he goes inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Terrell Davis, 45 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now Newton on first down. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
3rd and 2, Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Deion Sanders in there to sack him for a loss of 6. They went zone blitz there, obviously successful. What makes the zone blitz successful?
Well, just go ahead and let's break the term down. Zone means they're going to play zone behind them in coverage, not man-to-man. But the zone blitz, why it's confusing to offenses? Because oftentimes defensive ends or defensive tackles will drop back into coverage, and linebackers or safeties will usually fill that gap and blitz in their spot, messing up the blocking responsibilities.